If you've used Odoo for a long time, you may remember that bank reconciliation used to be part of the community vision. But a few versions ago, Odoo moved the entire reconciliation engine to enterprise, leaving community users with almost nothing. Our new situation was no reconciliation screen, no matching algorithms, no rules engine, and no convenient way to process bank statements. As a community, we needed an open, maintainable, long-term alternative. Originally, OCA restored the previous reconciliation widget. However, with the introduction of OWL, it was hard to maintain, and we decided to recreate a new custom widget completely made by OCA collaborators. It was developed in 2023 by myself. It gave us a complete reconciliation user interface for community users comparable to enterprise. With it, we could all benefit from it. We should remember that this module is not a nice extension, it's a missing piece that Odoo removed from community. It reflects the OCA's mission, keeping essential ERP features open source and community driven. Now, I think that we can review it and check how it works. In order to use, we just need to install Account Reconcile OCA module and its dependencies. Before checking the widget, let me share a small tip. Odoo Community hides accounting views, but we can't re-enable them. In order to do that, we just need to access settings and enable developer mode. It's usually here, and then a new menu appears that it's groups, and here you'll be able to check for the full accounting, show full accounting features, and here we could add our users. In this case, I already have it. When we do that, all the basic accounting functionality is added to your users. So let's see now when we go to invoicing, we can see that we have the accounting dashboard, and as we have this module installed, a new button has appeared in the bank and cash journals. It's the Reconcile button. As in cash we don't have any transactions, we cannot do that. So on bank, here we can see all the balance and all the elements there, and for each element we can check the information, and we could even add manually a new line. For example, let's check it. Let's create a new one for test. It's just $100. So a new line is added automatically. When we press on one of them, all the filters are applied, and it tries to match the statement line automatically. For example, in this case, as we have a partner and we have an invoice number in the label, it tries to find the right invoice. As you can see, the invoice is much higher than this statement, so the system is suggesting us to make a partial payment. And then, as we have done it, we just can validate it. If we want to check it later, we just need to take out the filter, and there we can see the reconciled items. Another thing that is quite interesting about this module is the matching. We've seen as a classical matching kind, that it's when we match invoices, but in some specific cases, the matching is much more complex. For example, in this case, we have a line, and here in the label we can see the real amount. So the system is just taking this $100 and passing it to product sales, and then the rest of it, or the difference, is passed as bank fees. And how it's done? Well, easy. In configuration, we have the reconciliation models, and here we can see different kinds of options. For example, the first thing that the system will try to do is to make a perfect match. So, and this is that the label is it's a match, rule to match invoices. It takes from the label, the payment tolerance. It means that it must be equal, the same currency and the same partner. And if they find it, it's auto validated. You don't need to take care of it. The partial is done when we were able to find it, but it's not the same amount, so we are not validating and leaving that to the user. Also, here we have another option. It's a button to generate a counterpart entry. So this is a button there that allows us to create the bill automatically there. The internal transfer, it's the same idea. And the last one, the one that we saw in the last example, is the line with bank fees, and it's detecting when the label contains BRT, is that it's probably aligning with bank fees. This suggests a counterpart, and here we can check that it will take the amount from the line with some complex regex, but that's the main idea. Another thing that this module is providing us is the Reconcile interface. In Odoo, sometimes we receive a prepayment and we would just want to make the match later. It might happen when the invoice is prepaid, when we make a prepayment to a supplier, and so on. So here we can see the items that need to be matched, and it's done easily. It's the same, it's a similar interface. We just, here it gives us information about all the options, and then we just need to select them in order to make the matching. So in this case, we have an invoice and two refunds. So as they are not reconciled together, they are here. So we can make it here directly and just reconcile them. I hope that the information that we've shared with you today is enough to see the full functionality of this module and see how interesting it is for the community.